adultery is currently against the law in New York State.
Some lawmakers say that needs to change. News 10 Capitol correspondent Jamie DeLine has the story.
New York's adultery law goes back to the early 1900s. While it isn't something people often get convicted of, it is a Class B misdemeanor on the books.
Well, most people didn't even realize that adultery was actually a crime in New York, punishable by up to 90 days in jail and a $500 fine.
Assemblyman Charles Levine says now is the time to get rid of this outdated law. In fact, he sponsors legislation that would do just that, and it passed in the Assembly earlier this week.
We are speaking now only about the criminal law. We are not speaking about matrimonial law. There was no reason for consensual, intimate activity among consulting adults and between consulting adults to be criminal in the law of New York.
The New York State Catholic Conference saying, quote, adultery is a serious sin, but there are many sins that are not civil crimes. This would seem to fall into that category outside any aggravating factors. According to data from the New York State Division of Criminal Justice Services, since 1979, there have been 10 top charge arrests, with 9 occurring before 1993.
And the United Nations Special Report issued very recently tells us that these crimes on a worldwide basis and on a national basis as well stigmatize and victimize women because in point of fact, it is primarily women who are prosecuted for this needless crime.
When asked how his wife feels about the bill, Levine responded,
"My wife is an enlightened modern person, and she believes that there's no reason to have laws that make no sense on our books at all. And my wife is also a fierce advocate for women's rights."
The bill has yet to pass in the state Senate, but Levine is optimistic that it will. Reporting in Albany, I'm Jamie DeLine.
Now here's a look at what's coming up next on